Milestone 3. This is Nina Schneider, your SES 502 instructor, and congratulations on making it to Milestone 3. In this milestone, you're going to be finding and adding a new article, and I'm going to help you understand how to be successful with this milestone as well. If you remember, Milestone 1 is all about connecting the hypotheses and the research methods. Milestone 2 is focusing on the strengths and weaknesses of those. And Milestone 3 now is adding a new relevant study, applying the same analysis. The setup is going to be the same. You've got your APA format, your title page. Make sure to review those critical elements. When you are starting on this paper, it can be helpful to simply add to your Milestone 2 or Milestone 1 and 2 if you've done this. It's also perfectly fine simply to submit Milestone 3 by itself. And I remember I reviewed this in the last video about Milestone 2. If you go back and you integrate information from Milestone 1 and 2, Milestone 3 may take a little bit longer, but at the same time, you might be ahead of the game when it comes to the final paper. There is already a great video on how to find this additional article. A couple of comments, though, that I want to make sure that you kind of keep it to the back of your mind as you're looking for this new article. Make sure that it's a peer-reviewed journal. Don't pick something from a journal that you have to pay to be published. There are those out there. Google Scholar and Shapiro Library are the two best resources for you. I don't suggest that you spend much time on any other, like Google in general. And find an article where you are adding, it's not a case study, it's an observational study in the sense that it's a correlational design or an experiment, much similar to the ones that you've been doing. Don't do any meta-analyses. I also encourage you to stay away from any open-ended questions. Again, because you're going to be critiquing validity, reliability, credibility. You want to be applying all the terms that you've been learning so far for this class to your new study. So you want to be confident that you're going to be able to set that up. So don't forget to appropriate standards, you're going to be evaluating this new study just like you have in Milestones 1 and 2 for the other studies. So you're going to go through and you're going to talk about the hypotheses, participants, the methods, also a quick review of reliability, validity, and credibility, the results and discussions, the conclusions, everything that you've mentioned before, you're going to mention again about this study. So same format. This piece is a little bit new. In essence, this critical element is asking, how is this specific study going to help identify future research? So what are some of the independent and dependent variables that you could explore just based on this new piece of information that you're adding? Now, the next few critical elements, including contributions to a collective understanding, pulls all 4 articles together. If you take a look here at the proficient, it describes how the evidence in the chosen studies contributes to the collective understanding of the topic, supporting response with examples and support from the research. So you're going to, at minimum, indicate what specifically each article, all 4 articles, address when it comes to how it contributes to a greater understanding of the topic that you've chosen. Make sure that you provide specific examples. Don't provide an overarching comment saying, we now know more. Of course we know more. What specifically do we now know as a result of all 4? Similarly to the conclusions, you're going back to what the authors have concluded, how you can use these individual studies, put all this together as all 4. What are the new conclusions that you can draw And this requires a little bit more critical thinking, really asking you to push yourself a little bit and kind of putting the information all together. And then the last comprehensive critical element is taking a look at prediction. Where's research going to go now? Taking all 4 studies into account, what are some of the specific independent and dependent variables that you can explore and that will help you or help research move forward? You don't have to go and provide a specific example in terms of like setting up a study, but what are the new pieces of information where are the gaps? What information now would be helpful when you're trying to put this information into the real world? I haven't included here articulation of response, but at this time, you need to use those APA guidelines. Make sure your grammar is good. Have somebody read over your paper before you submit it. Definitely use the online writing center to your benefit. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out to me, and hope you have a wonderful day.